Voice of Indonesia is broadcast by shortwave 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz and via streaming on voanews.id and RRI Digital on mobile application. We present various programs for you. Diplomatic Forum, The Session, Indonesian Wonder, Miscellany, Let's Speak Bahasa Indonesia, Indonesian pop and regional songs, international musical entertainment, as well as news and information about Indonesia and abroad. Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Hello, Voice listener, and welcome to this special episode of VOI Talk. And right now, Voice listener, in recognition of the continued importance of South-South cooperation, the United Nations General Assembly, in its resolution of 220 endorsed the observation of the United Nations Day for South-South cooperation. This year's theme is going to be about new opportunities and innovation through South-South and triangular cooperation, focuses on translating commitments into action and ensuring no country is left behind. To talk more about this, we already have an ambassador of Ethiopia, His Excellency Professor Fekadu Beyene Aleka. How are you, sir?
Good morning. Selamat pagi. I'm fine. And you?
Yes, thank you so much for coming and joining us on this VOI Talk.
Thank you also for having me this morning.
Okay, so without any further ado, I would like to ask you the questions that we are currently wanting to know more about. So the first one is, Professor, if we talk about the theme of this year, South-South Cooperation Day focuses on commitments into actions. And what kind of action that has been prepared by Ethiopia to cooperate with other countries in the South-South country?
Thank you so much. As you have rightly indicated, the theme of this year's South-South Cooperation Day is commitment into actions. Ethiopia's concrete actions under this theme include establishing regional cooperation frameworks, such as the Joint Corridor Management Authority signed with Djibouti, South Sudan, and Uganda. This authority aims to optimize trade facilitation, harmonize customs and transport regulations, and enhance regional economic integration and environmental protection through coordinated infrastructure development across shared corridors. This is an example of Ethiopia turning commitments into actionable regional cooperation to boost trade and development.
Okay, so in your opinion, how is the economic growth of Ethiopia and South-South countries going on for now?
When you see the economic growth for Ethiopia, Ethiopia is one of the fastest growing countries in Africa. Regarding economic growth, Ethiopia is projected to significantly exceed its growth target of 8.4% for 2025, advancing across sectors such as agriculture, industry, mining, and services. Exports have grown substantially, particularly in gold and agriculture, with tourism and the financial sector also showing positive dynamics. Ethiopia's GDP in purchasing power parity term has increased for 2025, reflecting a strong sustained growth amidst global challenges.
Okay, so continuing on, I would like to ask you, UNOSSC just released global reports on South-South and triangular cooperation in 2025. And what do you think about this?
Yes, the UNOSCC Global Report on South-South Triangular Cooperation 2025 underscores the evolving importance of South-South cooperation as a more effective, credible, and impactful development approach. The South-South cooperation addresses challenges, faces also to maintain its relevance amidst global transition, and the calls for adaptation of South-South cooperation mechanisms to enhance their effectiveness in delivering sustainable development benefits. The report also highlights the need to move beyond business as usual approach for South-South cooperation, continued contribution to developments, particularly facing the current global challenges.
Okay, so what is the benefit for Ethiopia to join the South-South cooperation itself? Is there any bonuses to join in?
Yes, of course. The benefits for Ethiopia in joining South-South cooperation includes increased trade, increased investment, and also technology transfer, capacity building, and job creation. Investments from countries like China, India, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey under South-South cooperation have revitalized Ethiopia's industrial parks, textiles, agro-industry, and agriculture, creating tens of thousands of jobs and supporting structural economic transformation. South-South cooperation also enhances Ethiopia's voice in global economic governance and promotes sustainable development partnerships aligned with Ethiopia's national development goals.
Okay, so what is the most valuable commodity or thing that Ethiopia is going to export to other countries?
Yeah, the Ethiopia economy is mainly based on agriculture. So the most valuable commodity Ethiopia exports remain coffee. Coffee is the major export commodity for Ethiopia, making up to 24% of total export and playing a critical role in the agricultural sector and also for the foreign exchange earnings. Other key export commodities include gold, dried legumes, cut flowers, oil seeds, and several other agricultural products.
Oh, I see. So coffee is the most highest commodities that Ethiopia is going to export. So I'm quite curious as well. Do you drink the coffee itself, and what do you think about the taste of Ethiopian coffee?
Coffee is one of the gifts of Ethiopia to the world. Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee, where coffee Arabica was discovered. And Ethiopia produces one of the finest coffees in the world, and Ethiopians consume lots of coffee. Almost half of the production is consumed locally by Ethiopians. Coffee is part of the cultural heritage of the people. It's not only supports the economy, but also it's part of the culture of people where communities gather together and they share information, also solve communal problems. And coffee is part of our cultural identity, in addition to as a means of foreign exchange earnings.
Yes, I myself is quite curious about how the coffee tastes. Maybe if I had the chance, I'll maybe go find myself and try maybe drinking the Ethiopian local coffee.
You're welcome to our embassy to taste the Ethiopian coffee anytime.
That would be an honor. Okay, so for the final question, I would like to ask you, can the South-South cooperation give a significant impact on Ethiopian economical growth? And if it can, what is the most thing that you are hoping to get?
Yes, the South-South cooperation can have a significant impact on Ethiopia's economic growth, because it builds on mutual benefit principles. It builds on fostering regional integration. It diversifies export and enhances skills and also technology transfers. It supports macroeconomic reforms and industrialization, at the same time increasing market access in developing country blocks. So South-South cooperation enables Ethiopia to leverage partnerships beyond traditional aids, boosting self-reliance and sustainable development, are aligned with Ethiopia's ambitions to become a middle-income country by 2030 as part of the Sustainable Development Goals of Ethiopia.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Excellency Professor Fekadu Beyene Aleka, for your time in joining us in VOI Talk today.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk about Ethiopia and South-South cooperation.
Okay, as you heard, voice listener, that was the special interview with us and Ethiopian embassy to talk about the South-South cooperation with the theme of today, South-South Cooperation Day. And we hope for the best, especially for other countries in collaborating and expanding their country into a better country as well, and of course the best for everyone, and of course Ethiopia. And voice listener, thank you so much for accompanying me in this special interview today with me, Ray, and make sure to always tune in to Voice of Indonesia, where you can tune in through our online streaming in voinews.id, shortwave in 3325 kHz and 4755 kHz, and our application in RRI Digital. So don't go anywhere, stay tuned with us in Voice of Indonesia, from Indonesia to the world.
Voice of Indonesia.
Kepada yang ku hormati di sana, ku sampaikan salam ini.